Hello everyone, we are Group 8, and this semester we had the opportunity to work with the nonprofit organization Hand in Hand for Development. Specifically, this semester we worked with the Nabaku program part of Hand in Hand for Development, which is covering albinism in Rwanda. So what is Hand in Hand for Development? A little bit about them. They were formed in 2003 by Prezi Barnovic and Dr. Kalpana Sankar with the initial goal of removing children from factories and putting them into schools. They quickly realized that in order to attack this problem, they needed to first attack poverty. So since then, Hand in Hand for Development has branched out. They've helped many communities with a bunch of different problems. Their goals for the 2018-2019 year are to eradicate poverty, transform over 120,000 lives, and they have a program where 90 cents of every dollar they raise is spent on their program. Their mission statement, as stated by their co-founder, is basically help to self-help. They're putting people's destinies in their own hands. Basically, they can train them, they coach them, but ultimately people are going to decide for themselves what they're going to do with their future.
So, albinism is a genetically inherited condition. It's very rare and occurs in all races. It affects both females and males and makes them more susceptible to sunburns, skin cancer, photosensitivity, and on top of that, there are many misconceptions involved with albinism. So, albinism in Africa is a lot more prevalent than it is in the United States or Europe. For example, in North America and Europe, 1 in every 17,000 to 20,000 people have some form of albinism. In Sub-Saharan Africa, 1 in every 1,400 people have some sort of albinism. That means thousands of people are living in Sub-Saharan Africa with albinism and living in danger. Children and women are especially high risk. These people are being persecuted, ostracized, and killed for reasons none other than witchcraft, sorcery, and superstitions. Albinism in Rwanda specifically is affecting the eastern regions with an increase of killings of people with albinism. Children are discriminated against in schools. Adults face discrimination in their occupations, if they can find one. Some prefer to hide away and become reclusive rather than having to deal with the troubles of living as a person with albinism. So, what is Hand in Hand doing to help? Hand in Hand is providing awareness campaigns on albinism. These campaigns promote the rights and seek to improve life conditions and incomes. They also try to provide employment through job creation and education for people living with albinism. So, as was mentioned, they focus on education with vocational training, health education to prevent skin cancer. They train activists on human rights and how to defend and protect people with albinism, and they promote healthy practices.
For the permagarden program, basically permagardens are small-scale, really high-yield, and climate-smart home gardens. These gardens are helping to teach about the importance of nutrition and good nutrition. They're educating on how to maintain a sustainable and profitable garden, and they're teaching about water management within those gardens.
As for biosand filters, they offer the capability to remove 99% of waterborne pathogens. If properly constructed and operated and maintained, these filters will be cheap, simple, and low maintenance, and they acquire very low recurring costs.
Here's a short video to explain further on how biosand filters work. So what did we do to help? Hand in Hand for Development asked us to formulate some educational materials concerning the use of biosand filters and permagardens. For the biosand filter, we created a 3-page informational booklet basically outlining the importance of clean water, how these biosand filters work, and how easy they are to use. HIHD is hoping that this booklet will help educate affected families.
As for permagardens, HIHD asked us to formulate educational materials on the construction and cultivation of permagardens. Our team was able to form an informational brochure outlining the steps for implementation, maintenance, and the importance of nutrition. Our brochure will play an integral role in the implementation of permagardens in albinistic homes.
So as we mentioned before, albinos are constantly persecuted for their condition, whether it be them being killed because of their use in ritualistic practices, or just being that they are a different color and look different from the people surrounding them. Hand in Hand in Development, along with Group 8, is hoping that with education and advocacy, these stigmas can be reduced. Furthermore, with vocational training, we can help encourage indoor jobs to keep them out of the sun, away from skin damage. Furthermore, permagardens and biosand filters and their implementation are helping to improve the health and well-being of people with albinism.